Hey guys, we're gonna talk about medics today. There's plenty of reasons to do this. For one thing, medic probably requires the least amount of skill for this game, like except for maybe gunslinger NGs. Probably the most skill, the thing that you need to be most skilled at as medic is probably aiming crossbow arrows. Other than that, medic has its own variety of being a hard class. Skill isn't the part where medics excel. It's more along towards general knowledge and awareness of your surroundings. All the different things that come into play because of that, like knowing where every single sniper lane is, where every single health pack of the map is, where every single choke point is. All those things you need to know to be a good medic. Right now I'm playing Chris Krieg on CP Granary. I didn't have anyone that could reasonably protect me, so I stayed farther back where the action wasn't exactly around, and as you can see, I'm checking around everywhere, making sure there's no spies around me, nothing that could really sneak up behind me. General awareness of your surroundings, like I said. And then soldier comes along, that's somebody I can pop crits on. We capture the point. There's no blue people to actually kill, so I can hold on to the Uber a little bit longer. It's always important to have at least one class around that could protect you, and those classes are either Pyro, Demo, Soldier, and Heavy, not in any reasonable order. I think it really depends on the skill level of the player for that to actually make sense. I kind of popped crits here. I saw the Pyro coming and then saw an NG around. I knew I popped too early, so I kind of rushed forward as fast as I could. And it was kind of a wasted Uber, but well, we were safe. It's better to pop crits or Uber or anything rather than drop it all the time, no matter what. And here we win. And that's just one map on Granary, and here we are on to CP Gravel Pit. This is going to be a little bit fast. One thing I do want to say, for any medics playing on CP Gravel Pit on offense, don't go outside to A unless the red team is actually really trying to protect it. There's no reason to go out to A. Everybody else is going to go out there and try and cap the point, and everyone on the red team should know that. So there's no one really going to stop the cap on A. So all you're doing is risking your own life by going outside to A. So that's why I kind of stay back here and also speeding up this video, because it kind of takes up quite a bit of time. And so while we wait, when you're playing medic, make sure to stay close to walls, keep your backs behind walls. You know, obviously for spies, you should really be doing that as any class, but you know, it's especially important to keep that in mind as a medic. Typically what I do is I use Medigun for any offense, like on CP, and then, or this kind of CP, and then something like payload. And then for defense I would normally use crits. But it's different for Gravel Pit. You kind of figure out, if you really think about it, that you have to use Uber all the time on defense. It makes sense if you think about it. And then sometimes I use crits on offense for CP, sometimes, if the situation allows it. So here I meet up with Ian, somebody I know I can pop my Uber on. And also, right here, medics, please remember that sentries have knockback, so please step in front of sentries so that you take the knockback and your target can actually shoot the sentry. So many times there's a medic who I see isn't going in front of the sentry, so they can't really take down the sentry because the person he's Ubering can't move forward. And that's really a problem. Unless it's a double man, then it doesn't really matter. So yes, if you're Ubered, please step in front of the sentry. It helps out a lot, especially for heavies. This is kind of a situation where I don't really want to be in. I'm not really safe here. You know, anybody can really jump in here and take me down. A scout can come up from behind like before, except I kind of was walking that way. So that was fortunate. Yeah, as a medic, you don't really want to be down here along B. But, you know, we actually started capping the point, and I know it's kind of safe in there, so I'll walk in. And we start capping the point. Make sure to check each entrance, like I said, every choke point, so that nobody can really sneak up on you guys, on anyone of your teammates. You should also check up along the top of the roof here. I didn't really do that, so I got hit with the stickies. I nearly could have died with my Uber, and that was a problem. Here I see an Uber pop in, I got scared. I want to keep as many people as alive as possible. Remember that you can share your Ubers. It's really important to do that. The number of people that you keep alive is better than just having one person overhealed or Ubered. I actually thought the medics were going to follow me, so I kind of jumped back here. Turns out they didn't, so I popped back out. The Ubers faded, and they're able to take down the medic and the heavy, shotgun heavy. And so now we're all ready to capture C, which is one of the hardest points to capture of any map. I don't really know how to approach C of Gravel Pit. It's really a wonder to me, and I didn't really feel safe around the situation. The only people I had around was Cow Mangler Soldier and Scout. Not exactly the people that I could really trust, so I kind of, I stayed around them a little while, and they moved forward. I didn't feel safe moving forward with them, so I popped back, and I decided to go to A, where I knew the rest of my teammates were. So I switched over to my overdose and make sure, keep checking around me, checking behind me all the time, so no one can sneak up on me. Gotta be safe while you're roaming as a medic, even though you really shouldn't be doing that at any time. And yeah, like I said, or like I thought, they were all at A. So I ate to heal the heavy. He's gonna get his minigun. I'm gonna go and try and get up to C and see what we can do. And what happens is that the sentry shoots me while I'm down here, so I pop it early as fast as I can. We're actually able to take down the sentry, do quite a bit of damage. They had a quick fix medic on there, and they didn't really do that much. I didn't go up with the heavy because I knew I was going to die if I actually went up with him. So I popped back here, made sure that I stayed alive, and had my Uber keep going up. No matter what, your survival is going to be the most important as a medic. It doesn't matter who you're healing. They can feel bad about you leaving them, but it's your own survival that matters the most. And here we win. We took down the sentry, that's what happened. And now we move on to Egypt. During the beginning of the match, you want to be the last medic to use Uber. You want to wait for the red team to use their Ubers or crits, and then wait long enough for you to use yours. And so that's kind of what I do. I just, I wait for the red team to go and the rest of my team to push. I don't actually know what hit me. I took a lot of damage from that. That would have been bad if I died. But we start having A, or the first point, and then I still have Uber. I know I can wait until B to use it. There's a good amount of people here. And we cap it. And then we move on. So, choosing who to Uber, for me, I would have to say in my order would be the heavy, then a demo, probably then a soldier, and then the pyro would come next. And then I don't think I would do any other class except maybe scout, if I know the scout is really good. So, hold on to your Uber as long as you can. You only have 8 seconds to use it, or you have even less if you flash someone, like a pyro. They'll be passing by and helping you cap. And we win. It's kind of fast. Also, during setup, make sure to heal everyone. Every class. Every class needs overheal. Some sort of overheal before they actually go out there. Soldiers need to be able to rocket jump, and have a good amount of health after it. Demos need to sticky jump. Pyros and spies need to really get in there, make sure they have health if they're actually being shot at. And snipers, if they have to go up against another sniper, if they have overheal, they survive with the first headshot. As long as it's not a charged headshot. So that's good. And here I'm waiting again. The first medic charged. Kind of not really good because it's such a long way over up to the actual first point. So I hold on to it a bit more. I don't really like going out anywhere over here because there's a huge sniper lane right around this door. Pass by, I refuse to go again, past it again because of the snipers. So I meet up with a heavy, I meet up with another medic. He apparently has Uber too. So I decide, okay, I gotta hold back. I'll let this medic use his Uber first. I meet up with Das. I think, yeah, this is Das Wood, right? Yeah. So I meet up with Das. He moves up. I realize, it's not really good. I move back around, try to get this NG, but Das comes back. And I decide, I'll be able to Uber him. So, yeah, here we get to work. Not really Ubering yet, and then finally when we get up here, decide to Uber him. And it works out pretty well. You can be surprised how well a Pyro Uber can really work, as long as there's not another Pyro on the red team that can air blast you back.
There we go.
Yeah, and successful Uber, we were able to cap A after that. Also, as a medic, you have to remember to heal everyone. Everyone needs heals. If they have full health, don't bother to give them overheal if there's somebody else that's injured to you. Numbers is more important than having one person overhealed, like I said. Even Pyros, Scouts, Snipers, Spies, you can, especially Scouts. Scouts with 185 health can be really scary. If you know sixes, you could really know that. So I stay back here, wait for my Uber to charge, staying around here. Don't want to get stabbed or have anyone behind me. I know there's a mini sentry here, so there's nothing I should really be too worried about. Passed by this point, and we're able to meet up with another medic that has Uber and another 2 heavies. So the medic decides to Uber first. I hold back. You gotta remember that while you're Uber, you can't cap. So we cap point while they're Ubering. Then I Uber when their Uber fades. So there's always constantly someone capping the point and being Ubered. You don't want to Uber at the same time. That's kind of a waste. So I was able to do it. And we win. And now we're moving on to defense of CP Gorge. Don't actually taunt as a medic, that's not a good idea. And we're running crits on defense. That's what I like to do. It's really effective. On pubs anyways. There's a lot more options. It's a lot more viable to use crits than Medigun. There's a lot of options. I would say the only classes that I can't crits or wouldn't be willing to is Spy and Sniper. Those are the only classes. NG counts because crits Widowmaker was... Well, I crits of Widowmaker NG one time and it was the most exciting crits I've ever had. We really killed a lot of people. I think we killed 4 people with the crits and including a heavy. It was amazing, and from that point I said, if there's a crit Widowmaker and there's a Widowmaker NG around, I'm gonna crit them. I made that vow once I figured it out. And here I see that there's 5 people capping the points, and I tell Medi, we should go out there. We're gonna get a good one. So I crits early. You have to crits early when you're using this. It's not like an Uber. You're not invulnerable while you're being crits. So we let that happen. We get 4 people. We get 3 people at first, and then we get a heavy. And we're able to temporarily stop it, but it's not really enough. I was really hoping we would get a lot more people with that. I think we could have, but yeah, it was a good one overall. And crit scout is also a good option. One time on CP granary, I was with blink user. I guess this doesn't really count because it was blink user, but I crits. We captured their second to last point, and we were pushing towards last. I had crits and. I was healing him at the moment, and he said, pop it on me, and I was like, are you sure, man? And he said, yeah, pop it on me, and I said, okay. So I popped the crits, and he gets, I think, 2 people as we're rushing in with the pistol.
Oh, okay.
And then when we're closer in, he gets some people with the scatter gun, and I think there was like 3 or 4 people overall that we killed while we were pushing on to last.
Get up to the point quickly. And
then we won the game because we got quite a few good kills on that. So yes, crit scout is also a good option. Quick fix is an interesting weapon. It has its own unique variety to it, completely different from the crits Krieg and Uber regular Medigun. It's not good. It's not bad to say. You can definitely push on it. You can actually be in front of a sentry while you're quick fix Ubered. It's not great. Overheal is really important, and I would have to say this thing is about, it's for small pushes and, keeping people alive, really. If you want to do like offense defense, I wouldn't recommend this. But if it's something like 5 CP, I could see this being a good option. Faster Uber is nice. Being able to heal people really quickly is good. Jumping around with soldiers and demos is be good or bad depending on your communications with the person, because you can be sent to some bad situations if you're not communicating and he rocket jumps. You get sent flying forward because you're a lighter class. It could be really bad. I would have to say the best Uber choice for the quick fix is actually Pyro. He's fast, he has to get in there, but because he has to get in there, he has to take a lot of damage. But that doesn't matter because he's being Ubered at a ridiculous rate, not Ubered, healed at a ridiculous rate. And that's really, it's another option instead of heavies. I think that's the best class to Uber with the quick fix. Then it would probably be heavy, then soldier, and then demo. I think that's my order for a quick fix. I don't really use quick fix that much, I don't really care about that. So here we're able to push in with the regular Uber and the quick fix Uber, and also a good thing about the quick fix Uber is that you can actually cap points with the Uber. I would say, I said before that you can go on to Gravel Pit C with a quick fix Uber, and you might be able to cap because you're being healed, and you can cap the point at the same time. But I haven't tried that yet. I want to see a competitive team try that though. Scout would be a good choice, but the way that quick fix works is that you need a certain amount of, you can only take a certain amount of damage at once. If you exceed that limit, you're dead, and you don't get super fast heals if you're not healing a target like right here.
That wasn't a kill.
Or actually in a little bit while. No, never mind. So and if you're Ubering a scout, he only has like 125 health. He can be like 2 rockets and then you guys are both dead, really. So that's not exactly the best choice. A soldier is fine. He's got 200 health, he can survive 2 rockets reasonably. I'm not too crazy about the quick fix. I really like having overheal, and it makes me concentrate on other things that I don't really have to want to worry about. Like keeping yourself alive. If you have the Uber,
it's pretty loud with the dead ringer.
like a normal Uber, you can Uber yourself alone and you'd be fine. But if you have a quick fix Uber and you're all by yourself, you can't do that. You'd die. Also, I saw that soldier coming in. If you see like a class jumping in on you, just run away as fast as you can. Once you have someone protecting you. And that's kind of what I did. I just walked away because I saw a soldier jumping in. Right here is when I say, if you can't lose your target when you're Ubering, because right here he turns the corner, and then I lose my heal beam, and we both take a huge amount of damage. And that would have been fine if we were actually still connected for like half a second. That's how important it is. So yeah, and then that leads to the best one of them all, the Fascinator. I mean, look how fast I got full charge. It was literally 7 seconds. 7 seconds it took me to get 100% Uber with this thing. And I mean, you get 100% damage bonus for the type that you have on. I mean, are you kidding me? Of course it's an amazing Medigun. This is clearly the best Medigun out there. And also, amputate and taunt when you guys can, because look at that range. It's amazing. 100% resistance. That is amazing. And you get healed for the damage type that your target takes. That's amazing too. Like, why wouldn't you use this Medigun? It's clearly the best. There's no downsides to it. 100% resistance. You still get regular amount of heals. The only downside is a little bit less overheal. Are you kidding me? This is amazing. So like I was saying before, I hold on to my Uber, I use one Uber, I instantly get it back. It was like 1 second. That's how fast the Ubers get with this thing. And then a Pyro, rushes in. I change to my fire type. I'm barely taking damage. That's how great this weapon is. And then I see a heavy comes out, and I'm like, okay, well here's somebody I can Uber with. And look, in like 5 seconds, I have full charge again. How great is that? So the heavy slowly gets his way out. I got blast resistance on, so I don't have anything to worry about. I switched to bullet resistance. I'm getting healed while he's being shot at. I instantly have full health again. Pyro comes in, I switch over to fire resistance. We Uber, that Pyro can't do anything to us. And then, you know, we move on again, and, you know, Pyro comes back and switch over to fire. He can't do anything about it to us again. Keep doing that. And look, I have Uber pretty much all the time. And then I accidentally switch to the wrong one, and I die. If you guys can't tell, this is a 10 times multiplier stat multiplier thing. I'm completely joking about this. Don't use the Fascinator. It is so bad of a weapon. It's such a bad minigun, but it's really good in 10 times stat servers. It's really good, but don't use this minigun. It makes you worry about things that you already have enough things to worry about, and the Uber is really bad. Don't use it, like, ever. Unless you're in a 10 times server. The other three are amazing compared to this thing. So, I think I'll end it up there. And, towards the end, you know, I die from a crit, by the way. We win by the time I respawn, and I'll end it up here. I'll show you how I'm able to win on the last stage of Dust Bowl of this map.